Namaskara. Welcome back to the second session of Accounts for All. In my last session, we learned about, in general, about accounting and accountancy and its concepts. But today, let us try to understand correctly about the meaning of accounting and accountancy. I have written. So you may feel about my handwriting. Yes, fine. I have one small story behind this handwriting. I had one student in my college when I was teaching in the college. She passed out in the year 2001. She became graduate. Then she joined one firm, Progeon, that is part of Infosys. When she was working there, they had one script where nobody was able to read that script, and everyone's trying what it has been written. It is fantastic that my student had joined there. Then she said that, let me try that one. I will read it. Then she said that you have joined just 1 month back. How can you read that one? Say, let me try. Then immediately they said that, yes, you take it, try. She read it so beautifully without one error. They all were surprised. The whole team was surprised. They asked her, how did you do that one? Then she said that, I have the practice of reading my teacher's handwriting. What a fantastic thing. Whether she complimented me or she did something, I do not know. Then later on, she was awarded in the Infosys as champion of Progeon. Then later on, High Impact Award. So many things. And today, she is the director of Educator Guru. That is Soumya Prakash. That means don't think that from every minus point you can learn something. You can make use of it. So this is my handwriting story of my own student. So let us come back to the system only. I have written account in general, details of expenditure for the amount received. It is in general. So whatever you receive amount, for that you have to give account. That means it is the part of the whole system. Then what is accounting? Accounting has been defined as the process of identifying, meaning, measuring, recording and communicating the required information relating to the economic events of an organization to the interested users of such information. We are supposed to record, organize everything. Here you should not confuse the word interested. Here interested means the persons, those who are in need. You are answerable. You are answerable. That is very important. That means here you are answerable only for your parent or a small transaction. When it comes to business, yes, you have to record, organize and show that whatever it is there perfectly. Then what is accountancy? Accountancy is the branch of knowledge dealing with these two terms. It explains principles and practice of accounting. I told you a systematic manner is there. It is called as both arts and science. That means we have understood now accounting importance. That means we are supposed to write accounts in a systematic manner. Then how do you write in a systematic manner? There must be recording system. That recording system we call it as, what do you mean by bookkeeping? We call it as what actually? Bookkeeping. So don't worry here about. Again, we will come back to accounting and accountancy in my next class. But still, you have to understand this one. It is the question of going front and coming back. So in that way, what is bookkeeping? So bookkeeping is the part of accounting that helps to prepare accounting records. After preparing accounting records, these must be analyzed for different parties for different purposes and communicate to them. That means you have to record all these transactions for what sake? For analysis. So let us go back once again to account. When the parent asked the child, what happened to that 100 rupees? What the child gave? 10 rupees spent for something, 20 rupees for something. That means it's giving explanation for each transaction. In this similar fashion, you are supposed to say that when it has been recorded, that means what actually it should be analyzed. It should be what actually analyzed. For whom? For different parties, and communicate them. That means this is the thing happened. This is the capital has been invested. This is the expansion has been taken, and this is the profit has been earned, and this is the expenditure. When you are explaining everything, that means you have a book, then definitely you can explain once in 3 months, once in 6 months, once in a year. That is very simple. So that is what you mean by bookkeeping. But the question arises that for everything in life, we have one beautiful system which is called as objectives or purpose. Without purpose, you cannot do anything in this life. Purpose is very important. So why are we keeping bookkeeping? Why are we following accounting? We have some what you call objectives. What are those objectives? Say objectives or purposes are, it is called as what you mean by owner, management, investors, creditors. The main objects of what you call the bookkeeping is owner, who has invested. If it is a sole trading, we will call it owner. If it is what you call partnership, we will call it partners. When it comes to what you call company, we will call it as what you mean by shareholders. So that is called as what you mean by, that is owner. Then next, management. Whoever is owner, somebody is managing. When they are managing, they have to take some decisions. When they have to take some decision, that means they must be knowing what is happening. They are going to explain. That is called as what actually management. Then that is not the end of it. Again, it is called as investor. So many persons, they invest their money in your company, either in the form of finance or in the form of shares in case of a company. For them, once again, you are what actually answerable. Then next is what actually creditors. I need not explain today. If you go to a banking sector, if you take a loan, if you are a prompt repayer, then they will say that your credit rate has gone up, and you have a such wonderful what you call system under that. That means if you have taken 2 lakhs, next time they are going to get you 5 lakhs. In the similar fashion, the creditors, that means those who are supplying the goods on credit basis, for such persons, you are answerable. How is your business? That means that shows where you need. These are called as what you mean by objectives and purpose of bookkeeping. Now, conventions and concepts. What is convention? It's a big question mark. Convention is something where I can explain to you very simple way. Traditional way is called as convention. Example, this is right hand, this is left hand. How do you say that it is right hand and this is left hand? So that is a big question. But that is the convention which has been practiced by everybody. So when you say that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but how do you say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4? It is a convention. That means somebody dealt with that and said that it is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So convention cannot be. That's why when you are asked something in your house, they will say that please follow it. If they question why I should follow it, no, this is the tradition has been followed by our family. In the similar fashion, some conventions, accounting conventions are there. That is debit and credit, left side and right side. We what actually simply follow. For that, so many times there is no answer. But convention is followed by concept. Without concept, nothing is there in any subject. When you say that concept, there are several best concepts and major concepts are there. That is called as business entity concept, money measurement concept, going concern concept, accounting period concept, accounting cost concept, matching concept, realization concept, accrual concept. What is business entity concept? I am individually different and from the business point of view different. Let me get you one small example. If I invest my money from the individual point of view, my point of view, it is for me it is an asset. But when I come to the business point of view, for the business it is a liability. Because one or the other day, the business has to get back that money to me. That is called as entity, separate identity. We'll call it separate identity. I am individually different and from the business point of I am different. So that concept is called as what you mean by business entity concept. Second concept, money measurement concept. Whatever you do in your life, it should have what you call value worth. You will go to shop and you will ask, get me that product. Then you will ask how much it costs. Sir, please give me whatever the amount. Is it possible? No, it should be said that it's 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 40 rupees, 100 rupees. That means when you are writing account, there must be what you call exact amount for that, which is called as what you mean by money measurement concept. I cannot write what you call some amount. I should say that fixed amount. I should mention it, which is called as what a money measurement concept. Then going concern concept. So once you start the business, when there or not, but it keeps on what I say continuing forever. That is called as going concern concept. That means nobody can stop. Once you stop, that means it is closed. But assuming in a company, so many directors will be there, so many shareholders will be there. But whether those shareholders, some shareholder dies, the business will not come to an end. The business will not actually keep on going. That means you cannot say it is a dead end. Once you start, it keeps on. Say from father to son, from son to grandson, from grandson to great grandson. That means some businesses are, it is going with that. That is called as what I mean by going concern concept. The next one is accounting period concept. This is very, very important. So many times I ask my student in the classroom, they have given wrong answers. For everything, there must be some specific period. When you say that it is specific period, it is financial period, financial accounting period. What is that financial accounting period? That is from 1st of April to 31st of March. This is called as financial. Earlier we had different periods. Assuming that if I start the business on June 1st, they used to end it on 31st of May. That was the thing where earlier it was there about what I am talking about 15, 16 years back. But now it is not like that. If I start on 1st of June, I should close it on 31st of March. If I start on 1st of January, I should close it on 31st March. Then again from 1st of April, I should have the new books. When that system is better, that means accounting period is what actually mentioned. But here you have to learn one thing. For one organization, it is different. One organization, it is different. That is for RBI, Reserve Bank of India. It follows calendar year. That is from 1st of January to 31st of December. But whereas all other concerns, all businessmen, including individuals, corporate and non-corporate, whatever it is, they will follow the one period, that is accounting period must be there. This profit for how many years? This expenditure is for what period? This what do you call asset you have purchased in which period? Is called as what I mean by accounting period concept. Then next, accounting cost concept. Very, very important. Say you are supposed to mention what cost you have acquired that asset. That should be mentioned. Assuming that I have purchased one asset about 25 years back for rupees 5 lakh. Today, what is that cost? That is very important. Then immediately I should ask, is it what you call machinery? Is it land? Or is it something else? Say for machinery or what you call land, it what actually different. If it is land, the amount keeps on increasing. 1 lakh might have become what actually 1 crore. 5 lakh might have become 5 crore in case of land. Whereas in case of machinery, I purchased it for 5 lakh, but today it comes to what you call 50,000, 60,000 because of depreciation, that is due to wear and tear. That's why you are supposed to mention, that means cost. Without cost, nothing is there. So you should have that accounting cost concept. Then matching concept. It is very simple. Always you should have matching concept. Whenever we come to address, we'll say that matching. I used to say in the classroom, matching, matching, catching, catching. Say here, matching concept means what? LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is equal to RHS. Whereas debit is equal to credit. This I will explain later on. For everything, debit is equal to credit. Whatever the amount debit is there, the same amount must be there credit. Whatever LHS is there some right hand side also the same thing should be there. It is just like double road. It is just like double road. That means it should match. It cannot be different. If LHS is 20,000, RHS must also be 20,000. But in mathematics, what will write? It's if 20,000 equals 10,000, we'll say the LHS does not equals RHS. But that cannot happen in accounts. When I have 20,000 rupees on hand, if I have spent 19,000 rupees, then 1,000 rupees remaining, then I will say that 20,000 is equal to 19,000 plus 1,000. Again, it brings to 20,000 is equal to 20,000. That is called as what in a matching concept. Then it is called as realization concept. So under realization concept, it is very simple. When I sell my asset, because I know that it is the cost. When the cost is there, then the question is that when I sell, I must be able to get back the amount, or I should not get back the amount. What is the amount that I am going to get back is also called as what exactly realization concept. Or when I am doing my business, intention is to get what actually profit. How much I realized out of this business by putting my capital. That is also called as what you mean by realization concept. Without realization concept, then nobody will do the business. There is one saying in business, beautiful. No businessman will tell lie. Very simple. That is the first lie. Because when you are doing business, yes, you have to. Because you have to attract more number of customers. That means you have to realize that what you call the cost of it. That means the realization concept plays the vital role. Then accrual concept. What is accrual concept? Say all things will not what actually get over in the particular account period only. Accrual concept. So under accrual concept, all things will not get over in that particular period only. It will be accrued for the next period also. Example, every month you are supposed to get your salary. How will you get this salary? Say from 1st of January to 31st of January, if you have worked, if you are going to get it on 31st January only, beautiful. But if you are going to get it on 2nd of February, then that is very simple, it is accrual concept. Or assuming that from 1st of April to 31st of March is the accounting period, where March salary should be get by in the month of March only on 31st of March. But so many times we will not be able to get it on 31st of March. We will get it on after 1st of April. When that is called, that means when it is after 1st of April, then it becomes what I call accrual. That means we have to what actually accumulate. So that will be there in accounts, because everything cannot be cleared like that only. It will be something which is called as outstanding. When that concept we have to follow, that is called as what you mean by accrual concept. All these concepts that we are going to use in our accounting principles, knowingly or unknowingly, or without knowing the definitions of it. But first we have understood now all the different what actually the concepts and convention is also very, very important that we have understood that. Now the next class that we are going to learn different types of bookkeeping and other aspects of bookkeeping. Thank you. Friends, if you have any queries relating to the subject, you can mail us. That mail is available in this video, where we will answer your mail or what you call your all queries. Thank you.